Hello and welcome to the Brasileirão 2021 magazine as this season continues to surprise us. Above and beyond. In the upper half of the table, the top four teams all won important matches as the championship race picked up pace. Gravity effect. At the wrong end, the teams in the relegation zone are finding it tough to pull away from the bottom. Fla against Flu, number 424. And in this round's exciting derby, Fluminense put one over their bitter rivals and defending league champions Flamengo. Tributes, Samar Anar, and of course, bags of goals. All that starts right now in the Round 9 magazine of the Brasileirão. Santos and América Mineiro went head-to-head in the Arena Independencia, and both teams had a lot at stake going into this match. America set up a team similar to the one that beat Bahia, with Ribamar as a frontman and their hope for goals. With Caio Jorge unavailable, Fernando Diniz brought in Lucas Braga to form a fast attack with Marcos Guilherme and Marinho. The first clear opportunity was with Felipe Jonathan. The left back appeared clear in the box but sent it over the crossbar after the shot was blocked. Another great chance for Santos. Marcos Guilherme got on the end of a perfect pass and moved forward. But Mateus Cavicchioli stood his ground. A great effort from the keeper who prevented the opener. Ribamar then headed but just wide. A dangerous attack from the Rabbits. Diniz had a lot to say to his team during the break. Instructions were delivered and Santos were motivated to go for the 3 points in the second half. But despite the pep talk, it was America that came back on fire. João Paulo got lucky and saw his cross turn into a finish as the ball flew straight into the net from what was surely a cross. A goal from America opening the score in their own backyard. Santos tried pressuring the opponent, but were unable to give too much trouble to the Rabbits defenders. As Santos pushed forward, America were deadly on their counter-attack. Carlos Alberto started a run and kept his head to finish coolly and ensure the points for the hosts. 2-0 America. Game over in Minas Gerais. America managed their second victory and started dreaming about the upper parts of the table. Santos saw their 4-game unbeaten run come to an abrupt end. Back to the drawing board for Fernando Diniz and co. We were looking forward to Atlético Paranaense against Fortaleza. The two teams have started very well in the Campeonato Brasileiro and now face each other in the Arena da Baixada, looking to stay near the top of the table. Atlético came into this game with their main team to try to get yet another win at home. Fortaleza made changes in their attack with both Osvaldo and Hobson starting. The game began on fire. Vitinha received it on the left wing and sent it to the box. Tellens controlled it, swung his boot and shot. The Hurricanes ahead in the very first minute in the Arena da Baixada. Atlético kept pressing.
David Tellens crosses the ball into the box. It's a good one. It's a header by Thiago Heleno, saved. Here's the rebound, and there's the second goal for Atlético.
Another chance for the hosts. Vitinha took a powerful shot from outside the box, and Felipe Alves was there once again to make a brilliant save. Somehow the ball stayed out as Atlético pressed for a third. Fortaleza tried to react. Pikachu made a good play on the right and centred. Mateus Vargas got a shot, but it lacked strength. Another one for the home team. Babi received a beautiful pass and hit a strong shot, but again Felipe Alves was there to rescue the situation. Alves, a very busy keeper. In the second half, Fortaleza did manage a comeback. In a play from the right, the ball was crossed into the box and Hobson tried a bicycle kick, but didn't quite have a technique to find the net. Fortaleza tried hard to score. On the counter-attack, Mateus Vargas progressed through the middle, put it onto his right foot and shot from outside the box, and wasn't too far off target with the effort. Lucas Crispim sent it into the area. Ederson controlled well, and the ball dropped to Igor Torres, who fired home. The shot though came off the defence and past goalkeeper Santos. Fortaleza on the score sheet, but they left it too late. Game over in the Arena de Baixada in Curitiba. Fortaleza tried to react in the second half, but it wasn't enough. With the win, Atletico moved to 19 points and kept the pressure on Red Bull Bragantino. Fortaleza went down to their second defeat in the championship. Corinthians came up against Internacional in a tight match on Saturday night in the Neoquímica Arena. Corinthians kept with the same attack from recent games, with Gustavo Silva and Joe leading the line. Internacional had key players out, but were set up to try to win the game away from home. Corinthians had the best chance in the first half. Gustavo Silva received the ball on the wing, cut inside and shot, so close to breaking the deadlock against the Colorado. But the hosts were in trouble when Joe took down Victor Cuesta in the box, and referee Marcelo Janima Henrique pointed to the penalty spot.
He's really been at full throttle as Eddie Nielsen sends it forward into appeal for the penalty, and the referee obliges.
Eddie Nielsen converted with his usual skill and scored his fifth in the Brasileirão. Corinthians continued to complain that Cuesta had been offside before he was brought down, but VAR helped the referee stick to his decision. Back from the changing rooms, Joe had a good chance to redeem himself after the penalty, but his effort went well wide. The Colorado also had a good opportunity to double the score with Patricky, who hit his shot well enough but couldn't find the target.
So close to a second Internacional. They had a man down in midfield.
On the 80-minute mark, Fabio Santos received on the wing, sent the ball into the box. Luan got a touch, Daniel couldn't hold on, and Joe had a gift to bring the score level. The persistence from the hosts finally paying off. 1-1 is how it finished in the Neoquímica Arena. No wins in their last three outings for both teams. Chapecoense and Bahia met in a misty Arena Condá. Chape had yet to win in the competition, while Bahia had suffered a harsh defeat at home to América Mineiro. The home team had Anselmo Ramon leading the attack and Anderson Leite back in the starting lineup. Bahia surprised everyone after they left out top scorer Gilberto, with Rodriguinho playing in a more advanced position. The game was tough going early on, and neither team could find a way through. This poor shot from Caio Nunes pretty much says it all about the first 20 minutes of the game. Things began to improve when Mike and Douglas moved forward to produce the first save from João Paulo. Next, Rodriguinho got the ball clear from the opponents in midfield and struck from a long way outside the box, demanding a superb save from Chape's keeper. Bahia's attack had failed to capitalise on their chances, so it was no surprise when Gilberto came on early in the second half. Within minutes of coming off the bench, the number 9 struck. Derlan struggled with the ball, and Gilberto powered forward to hammer his shot into the back of the net. Bahia finally in front with the striker's 7th of the campaign. Moments later, the away side were 2 up. Nino Paraíba delivered in a wicked cross. Gilberto distracted the defenders, and the loose ball fell to Rodriguinho, who couldn't miss. An easy goal for the number 10 as Bahia began to coast. Chape thought they'd had a lifeline when Perocci recovered the ball after a free kick and found the net. But after a long review, the ref ruled out the strike.
Oh, claiming for a Felipe Santana foul.
And the referee...
Oh, it is not a goal.
End of story in Chapeco. Bahia got back to winning ways after 2 losses on the bounce. Chapecoense are already starting to look like a lost cause. Flamengo and Fluminense locked horns in the round's derby, though due to the Copa America, this Rio de Janeiro matchup was forced to take place in the Neoquímica Arena in São Paulo. The rivals came into the game in different situations. Flamengo had beaten Cuiabá away, while Fluminense had been hammered by Atlético Paranaense in their own backyard. Fla set the team out with a different midfield, and João Gomes and William Arão were chosen to start. Flu didn't make that many changes and kept midfielder Casares in the starting 11. In their best chance of the first half, Fluminense went on the attack with Reggie, but his header lacked strength. An easy save for Diego Alves. Moments later, Michel progressed quickly on the counter-attack, but this time the shot lacked direction. Vitinho got heavily involved with a perfect free kick into the box. Gustavo Henrique jumped higher than the defenders, but his header smashed onto the woodwork and went out. Coach Roger Machado made some brilliant substitutions in the break, and Fluminense started taking control of the match. Nene found Luca with a deep pass. The forward beat the keeper, but his shot was weak. Machado also gave a chance to 19-year-old midfielder André to try to bring something different into the game. After a great move by Luis Henrique, Luca produced a wonderful dummy for André to strike and punish Flamengo from close range. His first goal in the senior squad in a derby, and a dream come true for any player. The celebration so strong that the Flu coach was sent tumbling. Game over in São Paulo. Fluminense produced the goods in the second half and managed to get a dramatic win in this exciting match. A superb victory for Flu against their bitter rivals. Sport Recife went in search of their second win and attempted to move away from trouble as they faced Palmeiras. The Greens travelled to Recife to try to pick up their third straight victory in the Brasileirão. Coach Humberto Lousa set his team out at maximum strength. That was also the case for Abel Ferreira, who put out his best starting 11. Came a dangerous free kick from the Greens. Scarpa aimed for the top corner, but the ball went wide. The away team close from opening the score. Sport responded with a dead ball situation. Rafael received the ball at the far post and pulled it back with a header, but Sabino's first time shot went over. Then there was a very good effort by Danilo creating on the right. He beat the defenders and sent in a low cross. Scarpa was left alone to send the ball into the net. 1-0 for the Greens. Sport almost went in at half-time with a draw. Wellison found Junior Tavares with a lovely pass. The left-back struck it to the opposite corner and almost levelled the score. His effort, though, not too far off target. Sport kept up the pressure. After a loose ball in the box, Thiago Neves recovered and turned to finish nicely, but Jailson performed a difficult save to keep Palmeiras ahead. Gabriel Menino then had a superb move on the left, entered the box and pulled back to Danilo. The midfielder almost made it 2-0, but on this occasion Sport's defence remained firm. 1-0 the score in the Ilha do Retiro. Palmeiras, with a third win on the bounce, put pressure on the leaders. Sport have lost 3 of their last 5 and are sliding into trouble. Strugglers São Paulo faced high flyers Red Bull Bragantino in the Morumbi on Sunday evening. This has been the home side's worst ever start to the Brasileirão, and 8 games in, they've yet to win. For Red Bull, things could not have been better. Undefeated and looking to go back to the top of the table. The first clear-cut opportunity happened with 13 minutes on the clock with Luan. The midfielder finished with a powerful shot, but he failed to steer it on target. Red Bull began to step it up. Claudinho crossed to Artur, and the forward caused problems for Thiago Volpe. But it was the Tricolor who opened the score. Eder delivered a perfect cross to Lugoni, who sent it into the back of the net with an excellent header. 1-0 São Paulo. In the second half, coach Mauricio Barbieri made a lot of substitutions, and that changed the course of the game. Alejandro came on and with his very first touch headed the ball into the back of the net after a beautiful lob by Claudinho. A sensational equaliser in the Morumbi. But there was nothing the keeper could do moments later. Artur fired a bolt from outside the box straight into the top corner. An absolutely brilliant strike that put Red Bull Bragantino in front. São Paulo had an opportunity to level the score after a mistake from Clayton, but Red Bull held on for their 5th away win in 5 away matches. 9 rounds in, São Paulo remain without a victory, and many are wondering how long this can go on without some big changes at the club. In a battle between two teams in the middle of the table, Ceará took on Juventude in the Arena Castelão. The home team are unbeaten in the last 4 games, but had drawn 3 of those. Juve were also unbeaten in 4, but had managed important wins against Flamengo and Grêmio. There wasn't much action at the beginning of the game, but Juventude began to take control of the match. Marcus Vinicius moved through the right and finished, but the ball went wide. And coach Marquinhos Santos got time to show his skills on the sidelines. Ceará came back with a dangerous cross from Calvin, but Saulo Mineiro could not hit the target. No breakthroughs in the first half in the arena. But the coaches did their work in the changing rooms and the second half started differently. With 47 minutes on the clock, Lima pressed by 2 defenders found Saulo Mineiro, who beat Marcelo Carné 1-0 for the Vozão. And it didn't stop there. 6 minutes later, Gabriel Lacerda got on the end of Jorginho's corner kick and reached the net with a beautiful header to double the score. It didn't look good for Juve, especially when Guilherme Castillo got sent off for a second bookable offence, making life even more difficult for the away side. With the advantage, Ceará sat on the result and waited for the game to end, but not before this brilliant free kick from Jair in extra time. Game over and a big win for Ceará in the competition. Cuiabá came up against Atlético Mineiro in the Arena Pantanal, still looking for their first win in the competition. Caretaker coach Luis Fernando Lupel chose to keep the same starting lineup from the previous games. Galo entered the pitch with their best players, hoping to break into the top 4. The game had barely started when Galo keeper Everson performed this miraculous save after Elton's header. Even Cuiabá's new coach, Jorginho, was impressed watching the game from the stands. Volta was keen not to be outdone, and the keeper showed his skills with his feet to beat Nacho Fernandes. Atletico faced problems creating plays and was stopped by Cuiabá's strong defensive line. But the perfectly executed pass from Savarino was able to break down Durara's defenders, leaving Hulk in a one-on-one situation with Volta. The striker found Nacho Fernandes in an even better position to reach the back of the net. 1-0 as Hulk delivered his 9th assist in the season. Galo managed the rest of the match, and in another great performance by Hulk, he looked very comfortable in Galo's colours. Cuiabá insisted on aerial balls, making the life of Galo's defenders a lot easier. The final whistle came, and this was an important away win for Atlético Mineiro, who moved up to 4th place. Cuiabá stayed in the drop zone, and Jorginho knows he's got his work cut out at the New Boys. After no wins in the competition, Grêmio came up against Atlético Goianiense with pressure mounting, especially on coach Thiago Nunes. Bottom side, Grêmio came out onto the pitch with the best they had, while Atlético Goianiense made changes in the attack as Lucão was given a start. Grêmio went on the front foot. Douglas Costa crossed from the left, General got it and shot to the far post, but Fernando Miguel pulled off a great save. A short corner kick as Gianpieri passed to Douglas Costa. The superstar controlled the ball and struck well, but the Dragons' keeper was there once again. Another big save in Porto Alegre. Lucão got on the end of a great cross, but Breno performed a brilliant save to stop Atletico from scoring. In the very first attack in the second half, the Dragons' defence messed up, and Jean-Pierre he came close to finding a way through for the hosts. Dudu beat Diogo Barbosa in smart fashion and sent it into the area. The ball eventually found its way to Lucão, who got away from his markers to score.
Dudu, nice control, he's inside the box, he's gonna center the strike and he scores! Lucão gives the lead to Atlético Goianiense. Beautiful assist by Dudu. And Lucão is there to score his first goal in the Campeonato Brasileiro.
Arthur Gomes then received a long pass and shot, but again it was a solid effort from Breno. Final whistle in Grêmio's arena, and another horrendous result for the Tricolor. Grêmio remain bottom of the league, and Thiago Nunes and co are in a very tough spot. But this was a great away result for the Dragons, who stopped the rot after 2 consecutive losses. In third place is Terence. The move started with a lovely exchange of passes. Nicão, Christian, Abner, until the ball got to Vitinho on the left wing. He crossed to Terence, who controlled well, turned nicely and shot with precision. A great goal from Atletico in the important win over Fortaleza. Number 2. America left back João Paulo received on the left. He tried to cross, but ended up smashing his shot straight into the net, surprising the Santos keeper. Whether he meant it or not, it was still a great goal. But the winner of the best goal in round 9 was Arthur. The number 7 from the Massa Bruta got the ball outside the box, made space for himself, and then hit a rocket straight into Volpe's top corner. With that amazing goal, Arthur gets the award in this week's magazine. After a corner kick from Cuiabá, Everson leapt beautifully to deny Elton's header. An outstanding save from Atletico's keeper, preventing a goal that could have changed the tide of the match that was eventually won by Gallo. Everson with the best save of round 9 in the Brasileirão. Chapecoense lost again against Bahia and continue to struggle in the competition. But if anything can bring some comfort to the fans, it's this cheeky nutmeg from defender Ezequiel on Maicon Douglas. With that embarrassing dribble between Maicon's legs, Ezequiel gets the award for the best skill of round 9. It's that time in the magazine show when we take a look at the best players and the coach who stood out for us in round 9. In goal, we've gone for Mateus Cavicchioli of America. At right back, Uyu of Ceará. The 2 centre-backs, Fabricio Bruno from Red Bull and Igor Rabelo from Atlético Mineiro. At left back, Abner from Atlético Paranaense. In midfield, Danilo Palmeiras, Ednilson Internacional, Rodriguinho Bahia and Gustavo Scarpa from Palmeiras. Our 2 frontmen are Hulk from Atlético Mineiro and Arthur from Red Bull. Our man on the bench is Roger Machado from Fluminense. And the best player of round 9 was the man responsible for keeping Red Bull Bragantino in the top position of the Brasileirão. Winger Arthur scored the winning goal against São Paulo this Sunday. With that brilliant strike and a perfect performance, Red Bull defeated yet another giant away from home. And the list now includes Corinthians in the Neoquímica Arena and Flamengo in the Maracanã. In the match in the Morumbi, Arthur was a key player in the win, and for that he gets the award of the best player of round 9. Nine games in, and we're starting to see how this championship might just pan out. Red Bull Bragantino continue to surprise everyone and lead the way on 21 points. closely followed by Atlético Paranaense and Palmeiras on 19, and Giants Atlético Mineiro also making up the top 4. Behind them are Fortaleza and Bahia. Moving down to the wrong end of the table with still giants such as Corinthians and Internacional in trouble, but besides in the relegation zone and yet to win are São Paulo, Cuiabá, Chapecoense and Grêmio. Baiano striker Gilberto has been increasingly efficient in Bahia's attack. The top scorer of Bahia in the Brasileirão 2021, the strikers reached 37 goals and also became a club's top scorer in Serie A, scoring twice against América Mineiro in the 8th round. Before this, Douglas was the top scorer. He managed to put the ball in the back of the net 35 times in the first division. Hurricane in Tokyo. Atlético Paranaense's good phase in the Brasileirão is starting to bring good results for the players. Left back Abner was called up to defend the Brazilian national team that will play in the Tokyo Olympics. Abner will join goalkeeper Santos, who was already with the squad. Old acquaintance. Palmeiras announced that they've obtained the immediate liberation of Dudu's registration with FIFA. The club had to wait for the reopening of the international transfer window in Brazil in August to register the player. Palmeiras claimed the signing period dates were changed by the COVID pandemic. End of the line for Nunes. Thiago Nunes was shown the door by Grêmio after his team went down at home to Atlético Goianiense. Nunes was signed after club legend Renato Gaúcho left earlier this year, and even though the 41-year-old won the state championship, Grêmio have had their worst ever start in the competition with no wins, 2 draws and 5 losses in the opening 7 games. The 10th round of the Brasileirão starts on Tuesday, July the 6th, when Santos face high flyers Atlético Paranaense. Wednesday kicks off with Fortaleza hosting América Mineiro, trying to recover from the defeat in the 9th round. Next up is Bahia against Juventude and Red Bull against Cuiabá. Also on Wednesday, Palmeiras face strugglers Grêmio at home. At the same time, we have the game of the round when Atlético Mineiro take on defending champions Flamengo. Atlético Goianiense Sport, Fluminense Ceará and Internacional São Paulo close the Wednesday games. Wrapping up the round, Chapecoense meet Corinthians at the Arena Condá on Thursday. That's it for this week. We hope you're enjoying our coverage of the toughest, most exciting league in the Americas, and we'll be back next week with more action from the Brasileirão.